Friends, I want to welcome you to Put Me in Coach podcast and YouTube channel. My name is Herbert Fenner. I am your host. Today, we're going to continue on our growth journey. Last week, I shared a video with you guys on the subject of doing what you have to do in order for you to do what you want to do. And I'm praying that as you do what you have to do in order to do what you want to do, that the first thing that you do is put God first. Regardless of what it is that you're trying to accomplish in life, always put God first. God must be the foundation of whatever legacy that you're trying to live, whatever business that you're trying to build, whatever project you're working on, whatever your dreams are, your aspirations, whatever your goals are. I would encourage you to put God first. So today we're going to continue on our growth journey, and we're going to talk about beyond the first step, how to sustain and elevate your progress. So I'm assuming, my friend, that you have already taken the first step in examining what it is that you want to do, what it is that you have to do, so that you can do what you want to do. But let's go beyond, that first step. Many people find themselves energized, after taking that initial first step toward their goals. You take that first step and you find yourself energized. You go to the gym for the first time and you find yourself energized. You start, that book that that you've been wanting to write, and you start in the first chapter. You find yourself energized. You feel good, sustaining progress. You have some elevated performance. But then what happens? What happens when you begin to find yourself losing momentum? What happens when you begin to find yourself losing focus? And that's what I want to talk about today, because the race is not given to the swift nor to the strong, but the race, my friend, is given to those who endures to the end. So it's not about how well you start, but it's about how well can you finish. How well can we finish? Because there are a lot of things that we have started, and there's a lot of things that we have given up on. Coming into this New Year's, there were a lot of people who had New Year's resolutions and they started doing things. But some reason they lost their focus, they lost their momentum, their eyes shifted. And they're not as committed as they was. So we want to talk about beyond the first step and how to sustain and elevate that progress. The first step that we're going to look at is cultivate self-discipline and accountability. Jim Rohn once said that discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Yes, discipline, my friend, is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. So we have goals and we have accomplishment. So how do we get from one side to the other? Through discipline. How do we move beyond just having mere goals to accomplishing those goals? Discipline. Motivation will not always be there. And even though, my friend, I consider myself as a motivator, I love to motivate people. I love to build people up. I love to inspire people. But we know that motivation is not constant. Motivation is like, drinking a cup of coffee in the morning. It's just enough to get you going, but it's not going to keep you growing. So motivation will not always be there, but discipline, my friend, can be built. Self-discipline is what's going to keep you moving forward, even when you have lost enthusiasm. Even when you lost that feeling of motivated, even when you say, man, I'm just not motivated, I just don't feel like it. That discipline is that bridge. I remember when I wrote my last book, Your Dreams Matter, 7 things that your dream needs from you. And I reached out to a good friend of mine and I told him, I need you to hold me accountable. So I need you to hold me accountable, for writing this book. And he said, no, I'm not going to hold you accountable. He said, I'm going to hold you responsible. He said, I'm going to hold you responsible. Because being accountable was more so focusing on, the product. And that wasn't what he was focusing on. He wouldn't really focus so much on the product, but he was more so focusing on me completing that which I said I was going to complete. He said, I'm going to hold you responsible for finishing what you said you were going to finish. I'm going to hold you responsible for finishing what you started. So how do you cultivate self-discipline and accountability? Let's look at a few principles. One is create non-negotiable commitments. Yes, create non-negotiable commitments. Treat your goals like essential appointments. Treat your goals like it's a doctor's appointment. It's a non-negotiable. Treat your goals like a person that's on dialysis. Yes, they on dialysis and they know they have to go to dialysis. I mean, this is non-negotiable. Or somebody, that has cancer and they have to go for chemo. These are non-negotiable appointments. These are appointments that I can't afford to miss. Treat your goals like, it's an appointment, with your doctor or appointment with your job. This is a job interview. For that job, that dream job that you want, that you've been waiting for, and now they gave you an interview. I mean, this is a non-negotiable appointment. This is not the appointment that you can afford to not show up at. This is not the appointment, where you can call and say, well, can we reschedule this appointment? No, this right here is non-negotiable. I have to be there. And everything else is going to be secondary. Everything else is going to have to take place after I come from therapy. After I come from out of dialysis, after I come from chemo, after I come from this job appointment, yes, then we can focus on everything else. But this is a non-negotiable appointment. So you want to create non-negotiable commitments when it comes down to the goals in which you're setting, the dreams that you have, the aspiration, your ambition. Set non-negotiable commitments. There's no negotiating. I have to read. I have to study. I have to do my research. I have to do my due diligence. I have to get to the gym. I have to eat right. I have to go for this walk. These are non-negotiable appointments. I have to do it. Non-negotiable commitments. I have to do this. The next thing, my friend, is find an accountability partner. Have someone to check in on you to see how committed you are and to help you to stay committed. Everybody needs an accountability partner. And the worst person that you can have to hold you accountable, my friend, is yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can't use yourself to hold yourself accountable. But you need somebody else, something outside of you, somebody who care about you, somebody who care about your dream, that's going to call you and check up on you and send you a text message in the morning and remind you of what you said that you were going to do. Because that's all accountability partner is. Accountability partner shouldn't have to fight with you. Your accountability partner shouldn't have to go back and forth with you because these are your dreams. This is something that you said that you wanted to do. And the only thing that they are doing is actually reminding you of your commitments. They're reminding you because they know, you may need a little push. And we all need that little reminder. Accountability partner is likened to a spotter in a gym. I remember my weightlifting days, and you get up under that weight, and you get up under that bench, and you try some heavy weight. See, it's one thing when you lifting lightweight. You lifting lightweight, something that you know that you can handle, that you can push. But when that weight starts to get heavy, when your arms and your chest starts to get a little tight, now you need a spotter. And the spotter is there for safety reasons. And for two, to encourage you and to help you when things get a little heavy, when you pushing and it get a little heavy. A spotter is not there just to take the weight off you, but he's actually there to help you lift it. To help you lift it. And sometimes, when we on our journey to success, on our journey to our goals, it gets a little heavy, and we need somebody to just help take a little bit of the weight off. To help us to push, help us to get to where we're trying to go. Because ultimately, what that's going to do is going to make you stronger. It's going to help you to build more confidence because you know that you have somebody who has your back. You have somebody that's supporting you, and they're not going to allow you to hurt yourself. Somebody that believes in you. So you want to have an accountability partner. And the third thing is set up rewards and consequences. Because positive reinforcement, it strengthens our consistency. Positive reinforcement, it strengthens our consistency. So you want to set up rewards and consequences. Don't just work so hard and there's no reward. Treat yourself. Treat yourself so that you can continue to be consistent. Reward yourself. Pat yourself on the back. You need that so that you can keep going. Remember, my friend, it's not just about reaching the goal. But more important than reaching a goal is enjoying the journey. It's enjoying the journey. It's the person that you're becoming along the way. And that's why I don't really care too much for flying. I really don't. I'm not afraid to fly. I don't mind flying. I know that flying has its purpose, but at the same time, I would rather drive. And the reason that I would rather drive is because I can enjoy more of the journey. I can sightsee. I can see more. I can experience more in a car than I can in a plane. Because every time I fly, you're in the clouds and I'm reading a book or going to sleep. But when I drive, I can see things that I never saw before. It gives me different experiences. And that's what life is about. Life, my friend, is about enjoying the journey. You don't want to get to the end of the destination or get to you reach the goal, but then you didn't enjoy the journey. You don't have no stories in between. Because one thing about life is we live in that dash. Yes, when you look at a gravestone, you have the date when the person was born. You have the date when the person died. But life took place in the dash. That's where the life was at. That's the eulogy, the dash. That's the memories, the dash. That's the journey, the dash. So life, my friend, is about you enjoying the journey. So don't just focus so much on the goal that you fail to enjoy the journey. The next step is keep learning and adapting. Yes, keep learning and adapting. Mahatma Gandhi says, live as if you were to die tomorrow and learn as if you were to live forever. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. If your death date was tomorrow and you knew that you was going to die tomorrow, how would you be living? I mean, if you knew that you was going to die tomorrow, you knew you had 24 hours to live, you would live your life with a sense of urgency. Because you realize that if I only have 24 hours to live, I don't have no time to waste. I don't have time for no procrastination. I don't have time for no foolishness. I don't have time to be entertained. I have 24 hours. And not only does every hour count, not only does every minute count, but every second counts. So when you begin to live as if you were going to die tomorrow, you'll begin to live with a sense of urgency and realize, listen, every second counts. I don't have time to waste. I do not have time to be playing games. Because the faster I give my dreams what it wants, my dream gonna give me what I want. Learn as if you were to live forever. As if you were to live forever. What information would you need? What information would you need if you was going to live forever? If you were going to live forever, you were going to have to keep learning, keep growing, because we know that things evolve. Times change. And you want to stay relevant to the times in which we live in. So we want to keep growing, we want to keep learning, and we want to keep adapting. Growth does not stop once you take action. But continuous learning ensures that you refine your approach and remain adaptable. Growth does not stop once you take action. When we take action, we keep growing. When we take action, we keep learning. And that's what we want to do. So in order for us to do that, let's look at 3 principles. One is stay informed. In order to keep learning and adapting, we have to stay informed. How do we stay informed? We stay informed by what? Reading books. We stay informed by taking courses. We stay informed by learning from experts in their field. That's how we stay informed. You have to read. Leaders are readers. You know, one of the things that I hate, oh my goodness, I hate it. I hate when I hear somebody say, I don't like reading. Oh, I don't like. I hear when I hear people say, "Oh, I don't like reading," because in my ears, what I hear them saying is that I don't like learning. What I hear them saying is that I don't like learning. I don't like growing. I don't like helping people. Because if you don't read, how do you learn? How do you gather information if you don't read? How do you stay informed if you don't read? Just imagine, right? Imagine you going to a doctor. Imagine you going to a doctor and your doctor tell you that, well, I graduated and I got my doctorate degree. It's been over 20 something years. It's been over 20 something years since I've got my doctor's degree, and I haven't really read anything new. I haven't really stayed informed, since 20 years ago. How comfortable would you really be with that doctor? Especially, I mean, with all that have changed in the medical field. I mean, all the things that have changed in the medical field, all the new technology and all the different advances, all the new discoveries. And your doctor say, well, I don't really read. I don't really study anymore. Would you really feel comfortable, with that type of doctor? You wouldn't feel comfortable, putting your life in the hands of somebody with outdated information. Because a lot of the information is outdated. A lot of the information, it may not even be relevant to the times in which we live in now. A lot of the procedures that they used to do back then, they don't do now. So if we want our physicians and we want the people who help us, if we want them to stay relevant, why shouldn't we stay relevant? If we want them to be experts in their field and learning, then we should have the same attitude. Because when we have people who comes to us for help, what are we giving them? You want to be a mentor, you want to be a coach, and then you telling the people that you mentor and coaching that you haven't read, that you don't study. So I just want to ask you a question. What was the last book have you read? What was the last book you read? When was the last book you read? The last podcast that you've been on, the last course that you took. And I'm not saying that you necessarily have to have a degree in these things. No. You don't have to have a degree to read. But you read so that you can learn. You read so that you can have the right information, so that you can pass the right information on. We live in a world that's full of information, and not all the information is correct. So many people are misinformed. So many people are they say people. Yes, you know some of the they say people. Oh, they said, who is they? Oh, I heard. You heard. I mean, where did you hear it from? Where did you hear it from? So we have to be careful even with our sources. Even when we read books, we still have to be careful of our sources. But that's how we learn. We can't just be parrots. We hear somebody say something and then we go regurgitate it like a parrot. A parrot didn't learn it. They just memorized it. They just repeating what they heard. So when we read, it allows us to stay informed. It allows us to study. It gives us something concrete so that we can be effective in helping other people. We can be effective in achieving our goals and doing the things that we want to do. Because everything that you're trying to do, somebody already done it. Somebody already has a blueprint. So when we read and we learn from other people, that's how we grow. But we have to have a growth mindset, not just a goal mindset. There's nothing wrong with goals, but we have to have a growth mindset. Growth is ongoing. Growth is ongoing. See, a goal mindset will allow you to get you a degree and then you don't read no more. You don't study no more because you got a 4-year degree. Now it's outdated. It's outdated information. 4 years. After 4 years, you receive your degree in 4 years. That information is outdated information. So if you got your degree 4 years ago, it's time for you to pick up some more books. If you got your degree 4 years ago, it's time for you to start learning again. Because a lot of the information that you have is becoming irrelevant. So we have to read, we have to learn, and we have to keep learning. We have to keep adapting. The next principle is seek feedback. So we're talking about keep learning and adapting. Seek feedback. Constructive criticism helps you identify areas of improvement. Yes, constructive criticism. It helps you to identify areas of improvement. So we want to seek feedback. We want to communicate with people. We want to ask people, how am I doing? What do you think? What can I change? What can I work on? How can I make this better? How can I make myself better? Because we're learning, right? We're learning. And when we're learning, we realize that we haven't arrived. When we're learning, we realize that I still have room for growth. And when we learn it, we also realize that nobody starts off good. So we seek constructive feedback. So to identify the areas that we can improve in. Everybody should have somebody that's close to them that care enough about them and care about their dreams that they're going to give them the truth. They're going to let them know the truth. Let them know, listen, tighten up on this. Work on this. This right here is going to make you better. This right here give you better results. And we should be open to that feedback. Don't be arguing with people because they're giving you constructive feedback. Don't be having an attitude, with somebody that's trying to help you. Because when your attitude is not right, they're not going to want to help you because they feel like they can't tell you nothing. Let people help you. Listen to what they have to say. Everybody, my friend, is not going to be hating on you. Some people genuinely want to see you succeed. So let them help you. Everybody's not hating on you. So seek feedback. The next principle is experiment and pivot when necessary. Because what worked initially may need to be adjusted as you begin to progress. Yes, experiment and pivot when necessary. Life, my friend, is about adjustments. Something may have worked yesterday, but it may not be working today. You may have to tweak some things in order for you to get it where you need it to be. Sometimes, like our eyes, our vision. As we get older, sometimes our vision needs to be tweaked. Our vision needs that adjustment. So what we do, we put on glasses, right? We put the glasses on because our vision needs to be tweaked. We need that adjustment so that we can make the progress that we need. You know, that was a time where I didn't wear glasses, but now I do. I had to make some adjustments because it's all about me getting the results that I'm looking for. So just think about some of the adjustments that you may need to make, how you may need, to pivot, how you may need to experiment in order to get it right. That's what it's about, an experiment, trying some things because you're not there yet. You're trying to get there. We're not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm constantly experimenting. I'm constantly pivoting. I'm constantly trying some new things, working on some new things, trying to get it together, trying to just get it together because we want to get better. We want to get better at everything that we're working towards, my friend. We want to get better. So keep learning and adapting. The next step, the third step, is optimize time and energy. Tim Ferriss says, don't be busy, be productive. Yes, my friend, don't be busy, but be productive. Efficiency plays a role in sustaining progress. Managing your time and energy effectively allows us to maintain peak performance. Managing your time and your energy allows us to maintain peak performance. So we want to optimize our time and our energy. We don't just want to just be busy, but we want to be productive because our time is valuable. Our time is valuable and we don't have time to waste. We don't have time, to play games. So we want to make sure that we're getting things done. Could you imagine trying to, you call yourself traveling. You say, I'm going somewhere and you get on the treadmill, right? You get on the treadmill and you say, I want to go to the store. I want to go to the store, but you jumped on the treadmill. Now you're being busy, but you're not being productive as it pertains to your destination because the treadmill is not going to get you there. Walking on the treadmill, you're going to continue this walking place. You're going to burn some calories. Now, if that was the goal, to burn some calories, to lose some weight. Yes, the treadmill, it will work. But if you're actually trying to move from one place to another, you can't walk on the treadmill because you're going to find yourself once again, you're just busy. You're busy, but you're not productive. So optimize your time and your energy. Prioritize tasks that drive the most impact. Say that again. Prioritize tasks that drive the most impact. Do the things that matter. You can't do everything. You can't do everything, my friend. So do the things that matter and do those things first. The things that had the greatest impact, do those things first. The things that's going to allow you to be productive, yes, those are things that you focus on first, like studying, like reading, like getting the information. That's very important. Those things are foundational. getting up and getting out the house and getting going. So we want to optimize our time and our energy because we don't want to waste energy. You don't want to waste energy doing insignificant things. And the next thing is implement time blocking. Designate time slots for essential work. Set yourself a schedule. Set a schedule. Set times to do certain things. Your most important things, get them out the way. Do them early. Do it first. The most important things, my friend, get up in the morning and get these things out the way first. Because you don't want to start your day not doing the most important things first, and then you find yourself going throughout your day and not doing it at all. I've been there. I've been there. I didn't live there before. Not having my schedule planned. Not optimizing my time. Not designating times, for the essential work. I designate time for prayer. I designate personal time. Time to read, time to study. So you have to designate, specific time slots for essential work. Because for me, prayer is foundational. That's for me. Because I made up in my mind that I'm going to put God first. I'm going to put God first, before business. I'm going to put God first before anything. God has to go first. He has to be the one who order my steps. Because I know what it's like to try to get ahead of God. It doesn't work. I know what it's like to try to build a business without God. It doesn't work. I know what it's like to try to just build things without God, try to move without God. So I made up in my mind that I'm going to put God first. I'm going to prioritize. I'm going to start my day off with Him. That He will strengthen me, that He will give me guidance, that He will give me wisdom, that He will surround me around the right people. And I would encourage you, my friend, to do the same. Put God first. In all that you're trying to do, put God first. And the next principle is protect your energy. Yes, protect your energy. And this is a big one. Because you have big dreams, you have big goals, you have big aspirations. There's a lot of things that you want to do, a lot of things that you're trying to do, you're trying to accomplish. And these things really mean something to you. They really matter to you. So you have to protect your energy. How? Through proper rest, through nutrition, exercise. I got up this morning and I got on my walking pad. But yesterday wasn't a good day for me. Yesterday was really, it was rough for me yesterday. I was drained, physically drained. I was trying to fight it. I was just drained. I was just tired. I wasn't feeling good. And I just had to rest. I just had to rest because you need your rest. You need your strength for the fight. But when I got up this morning, I was ready to go. Yes, I was back in action when I got up this morning because I got my rest. I got up this morning and got my exercise and I got my walk in. I was being intentional this morning. I was being deliberate this morning. When I got up this morning, first thing I did, I got on my knees and then I got on my prayer line and then I got into my study. I was doing the things that I had to do, preparing so I can do the things that I want to do. Protect your energy. Protect your energy from people. Guard your mornings. Your mornings is very important. Protect your energy from social platforms. Because there are a lot of things on social media that will drain your energy. And you need your energy. Don't give your energy away to anything. Because things that you can't control, people calling you early in the morning and then bombarding you with their problems and their issues. People calling you with drama, being negative about he said and she said and look at this and look what Trump said. You don't have time for that. And know what you have to do? You have to let people know, listen, I need my energy. Yes, the same way you say you need your coffee, let them know, listen, man, I need my energy. I have things that I'm trying to do. And I can't allow you to drain me of the energy that I need in order to get the things done that I'm trying to get done. So please, by all means, my friend, when God give you that strength in the morning, protect it. When you had a good, nice rest and you wake up feeling refreshed, yes, you wake up in the morning and you refresh, protect it. Because something gonna come and it's gonna try to drain your energy because, listen, it's some energy drainers out there. Screen your calls. Screen your calls because you know they calling and they not trying to add to nothing. They just trying to pull something out of you. So protect your energy because you working on something. You need your strength. You got an exam to take. You know, you got a business that you're trying to build. You got a family that you're building. You have a ministry that you're building, a community that you're building, things that you're working on. And you need your energy. You need your strength. And you don't need to just give it away. So whatever you need to do, my friend, to protect it, protect it. And the fourth step is strengthen your resilience and mental toughness. Robert Schuller said that tough times never last, but tough people do. Yeah, strengthen your resilience and your mental toughness. Because we're going to face some challenges. You're going to face some failures. But the key to learning to navigate obstacles without losing momentum. One is develop stress management techniques. Yes, they are keys to learning how to navigate obstacles without us losing momentum. Our momentum is important. When you build that momentum up, you don't want it to stop. You don't want it to stop. You want it to keep going. You wanted to keep going because you know what it took in order for you to get that momentum. Like when you first start going to the gym and you be dragging, you dragging in the gym and, you tired and then you there for a week and there for 2 weeks and before you know it, instead of you dragging in the gym, you bopping in the gym, you walking in the gym, you got a pep in your step because you done built momentum up and now at one time you was the last person coming in the gym, but now you the first person in the gym, the last person leaving because you done built up momentum. You done built that momentum up. Something people looking at you say, I don't know what's got into him, but I need a dose of that. So that momentum, develop stress management techniques. Because you want to maintain that momentum. Meditation, exercising, journaling. Because journaling, my friend, it can help you to maintain clarity. So you want to strengthen your resilience in your mental toughness. Strengthen it. Remember, we still building. We still building. We still getting stronger. Because anything that you're not looking to develop, you're not working on it's going to get weaker. It's going to get weaker after time. We don't want to digress. But we want progress. We want to move forward. In order for us to keep that momentum and that resilience, there are certain things that we have to do. So develop stress management techniques. Learn to meditate. Exercise is important. Exercise is going to save your life. You need it. You need it to clear all that clutter, all that mental stress, all that weight and heaviness that be on our shoulders and in our heads. We need exercise. Make exercise a priority because it should be. Make it a priority. Do it. When? Now. Do it every day. Do it as much as you can. Whatever you do, this is not something that you can leave to chance. This is not something, that you can have good intentions about. But you have to be intentional because your body is the only vehicle that you're going to get. Your body is actually the transportation to help you to get to your dreams. Yes. Could you imagine, you having that interview that you've been waiting on, that big interview that you waiting on, and you riding down the street, you drive, and then your car break down. Your car break down, and this is the transportation to get me to this job. I need this. This is the transportation that gets me back and forth to work. I don't know what I'm going to do if this break down. Your body is that vehicle that's going to get you to your dreams. And if you don't get your oil changed, if you don't have regular maintenance and service on it, it'll break down on you. And you know what'll happen? When you don't make it to work, somebody else will get your job. When you can't no longer make it because you're physically sick, somebody else is going to live your dreams. So take care of yourself. The next principle is reframe setbacks as opportunities. So instead of seeing failure as defeat, view it as feedback. Yes, don't see failure as defeat. Just view it as feedback. So reframe setbacks as opportunities. Because that's always an opportunity. Depending on if you're an optimist or a pessimist. An optimist say the glass is half full. A pessimist say that the glass is half empty. The truth of the matter is, it's all based on perception and perspective. It's based on how you see it. That's the truth. Don't you know that, people get rich off of problems? People get rich off problems because they see it as an opportunity to solve it. That's all problems are. Problems is an opportunity to solve it. And we have to learn how to solve it. So we don't see failures as defeat. Reframe your failure and look at it through different lenses. Give it a different perspective. Learn from it. Grow from it. And move forward. Because it's going to teach you something if you're ready to learn from it. The next principle is maintain a positive support system. Once again, surround yourself with individuals who uplift and encourage you. We talked about that. Put yourself around the right people. Birds of a feather flock together. I was telling somebody this morning, listen, I'm an eagle. I'm an eagle. I have wings. And I don't have time to be cracking with ducks. So if you are an eagle, my friend, then you should be soaring with the eagles. You should not be cracking with the ducks. So make sure that you're around the right people. Make sure that you have a positive support system. You don't want to be hanging around pessimists. You don't want to be hanging around I can't people. People that's always reminding you of what you can't do. Reminding you of everything that's going wrong. Everything that's bad. They energy drainers. You want people around you that are cheerleaders. Yes, you need cheerleaders. You need fans. You need people on the sideline cheering you on, who actually believe in you. So make sure you surround yourself around a positive support system, people that's willing to help you, people that's willing to share with you. Yes, share their resources, share their information. Not people who keep on telling you what they doing, but they not trying to help you to get ahead, because we have a lot of people like that. I mean, they'll sit around and brag about their self and talk about, I got this and I got that. But I mean, how are you helping somebody else? And then they want to charge you for everything. I'm really sick and tired of that. That was part of my prayer this morning. If I could just be transparent, that was part of my prayer this morning. God, I don't want it. I want to be in a position where I can just give to people. I want to be in a position, where I can give as you gave to me. And I know some of my school and the education and training, I know people charge me for it. I know that I had to pay for it. But I don't want to be in a situation where I can help somebody, but I'm not going to help you until you pay me. I'm a rip the pages out of the book, and I'm gonna tell you, well, if you want the whole book, if you want the missing pages, you got to give me $9.99. I don't want that type of business. I don't want that type of business, because I really care about people. I care about people's dreams. And I believe, the goal to do unto others as you will have them do unto you. I don't want people. You pulling me. You pulling me. You pulling me. You pulling me. You baiting me in. The bait and switch game. You got me listening, you got me going, and you telling me how you can help me, and you telling me, all the information. I got the blueprint. You give me step 1 and you give me step 2, and then you make me pay for step 3. And then in good faith, I pay for step 3, and then you ain't tell me that there was a step 4 and a step 5 that I can't afford. I mean, where is our integrity? Where is our integrity? Where has the world come to? Everything is about money. So you ain't gonna give me the other steps until I can afford to pay you, and then you keep stringing me along, and then it's something else and something else and something else. That's business. That's not who I am. When I say your dreams matter, I believe it. When I say that you can rewrite your story, I believe it. And I believe that, if I give enough people what they want, I'm going to get what I want. But I want the satisfaction of knowing that I helped somebody. That's what I want. The satisfaction that I know that I helped somebody who couldn't afford it. Because the reality is, it's information. It's motivation. It's a gift that God gave me, that God gave us. And we want to charge people for our gifts. But let me get back focused. Let me get back focused. I had a moment there, but I really want to help people. The fifth and final step, my friend, is elevate and expand your vision. The only limits that exist are the ones that you place on yourself. That's the only limits that exist. The sky truly is the limit. It's nothing that you can't really do unless you say you can't do it. And that's one of the reasons I don't argue with people. Because if you believe you can't, reality is, my friend, you won't. If people say what they can't do, the reality is they won't do it. And if you believe that you can do it, the reality is, my friend, you will do it. So it's about what you believe. So elevate and expand your vision. So once you start making progress, don't stop at your initial goal. Yes, most people, we start making progress and we just stop at the initial goal. The goal was to lose 10 pounds and we making progress, and no, push it. We start making progress, with the business, I want to help 5 people, now we at 4, no. Say, you know what, I'm at 4, I'm going to push it, I'm going to help 10. I'm at 4 pounds. I'm at 5 pounds now. I'm at that goal. You know what? Why not push it for 10 pounds? My goal is to save $1,000. I got $1,000 saved. I mean, why not push it for 2,000? Why not push it for 3,000? Expand and elevate your business. Elevate your vision. You open up one store. You say, yeah, I opened up one store. Say, you know what? Let me go and open up 2. I remember when I wrote my first book. When I wrote my first book and I knew that I can do it. When I first wrote that first book, I didn't think about writing 2 books and 3 books and 4 books. I was just happy to write the first book, but that vision began to expand. And then I started saying things like, how far can I go? That's the focus shifted. How far could I really go? How many books could I actually write? Can you write 10 books? Can you write 15 books? How far can I really go? So I expanded my vision. I elevated my vision. Growth, my friend, is a continuous journey. And we have to push beyond comfort zones. And when you push beyond those comfort zones, it's going to lead you into greater accomplishments. Push beyond the comfort zone. Don't get comfortable because you made one achievement. Keep on going. Keep on going. See how far you can go. See how far you can grow. Because it's in you. Stretch yourself. So some of the principles to elevate and expand your vision is set higher goals. Once you achieve a milestone, aim for the next level. What's next? Yes, develop a what's next attitude. What's next? Who next? I'm taking it out. I'm knocking it down. What's next? Say it right now. Say it. What's next? I've done this. I've done that. What's next? Because I hear so many people, you get complacent and you talk about what you did. What I did, people, instead of what I'm doing. Become a what's next type of person. I know you may have accomplished a lot or whatever you have accomplished, but the question, my friend, is what's next? Because there's more in you. There's more to you. The next thing is look for ways to give back. And not necessarily trying to charge people and rob people. Give something back. Be a teacher, be a mentor, share your knowledge. That's going to add some fulfillment to somebody. Volunteer. I'm working on a nonprofit right now. And I'm looking for people, that's willing to give back. People that's willing to share their knowledge and their information because you have it. You have it. And I need you. I need you. The community needs you. But we can't charge everybody all the time. People can't afford it. Especially in the communities that I grew up in. They need it, but they can't afford it. But you have it. We have it. We have the information. And what's the purpose of having it if we're not going to share it with somebody else? What's the purpose of us getting it if we're not going to give it to somebody else that can use it to help better their situation? It's been said that those who are closest to the problem is closest to the solution, but furthest from the resources. So you got those, they are close to the problem because they in the midst of the problem. They right there in the community. So they close to the solution because they're close to the problem, but they furthest from the resources. They don't have the resources that they may be able to address the problem. And if you have been given information, that means that you are a resource. You're a resource. And your resources is needed to fix the problems. You know where the richest place at in the world? Yeah, we all know. Hope we do. The graveyard. That's the richest place in the world, my friend. The graveyard. That's where people take all their dreams and all their ideas and all that. Yeah, they take it to the grave. And I'm going to tell you, all the other stuff, all the material stuff, you can't take it with you anyway. So why hold on to something that's meant to help somebody when you can't take it with you? Because they can't afford to pay for it, you're going to die with it? I mean, that's a selfish attitude. You're going to die with the information. You're going to die, with the contacts and die with the resources because you can't take it with you. Because somebody can't afford to give you $9.99 for it. We should look for ways to give back. And the last thing is stay adaptable and open to new opportunities. Because success often leads to unforeseen possibilities. Stay adaptable, stay open to new opportunities. Don't be closed-minded. Don't limit yourself by thinking that you know everything. Don't limit yourself by thinking that you've done everything. So open your mind up to new possibilities, new opportunities. Have a growth mindset. A growth mindset, my friend. So today we're talking about beyond the first step, how to sustain and elevate your progress. We want to keep going. We want to maintain momentum and we want to reach higher heights. Keep growing, my friend. Keep growing. And I know some of this language may be new to some of you, talking about growth mindsets and intentionality and things like that, but that's what it's about. Being introduced to something new that's going to help you. So keep growing. Be great today. This is put me in, coach. Yes, my friend, your dreams matter.